NTTV News at Noon.
An update on the U.S. Senate meeting happening this afternoon.
How airports are impacted by the holdup in Congress.
And more information about how epilepsy takes an extra toll on young women.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining NTTV News at Noon. I'm Varun Engineer.
And I'm Majay Moore. The Senate is scheduled to meet today at 2 to take votes. The first vote will be on advancing an amendment to the Save America Act. This would require citizens to have a voter ID to cast a vote. The second vote will be on advancing a DHS funding measure. Republicans quickly rejected Democrats' counter-proposal to fund the government and secure ICE reforms. Republicans criticized the reforms, arguing that if Democrats refuse to fund ICE, they don't have the grounds to seek reforms to the agency. Republicans and Democrats are urgent to reach a solution since Senate is scheduled to leave for a 2-week recess next week. With the holdup in Congress, the airports are feeling the brute force. The standoff has caused TSA officer shortages, which caused security wait times to be the longest the agency has seen. At Houston's George Bush Intercontinental, lines are out of the door and into the vehicle lanes. The airport reported a 2-hour wait this Wednesday, which is down from the 4-hour wait earlier in the week. Direction of Aviation for Houston Airport's Jim Shizniak mentions that the TSA is only able to say 33 to 50% of the typical 37 checkout lanes. Along with Houston, travel hubs in New York and Atlanta are also experiencing the most severe impacts on security times.
Houston Mayor John Whitmire criticized TSA after what seems to reach 4 to 5 hours at Bush Intercontinental Airport. Whitmire says this is not a unique problem to Texas nor Houston. This is a federal issue happening around the country. He also said that if the city of Houston were running at the lines at the George Bush Airport, there wouldn't be any problems like this that there are right now.
It's a TSA distribution system, and my director's aware of it. I get hourly briefings. We're monitoring it closely. We make inquiries, but TSA thinks they know what they're doing. Washington thinks they know what they're doing, and we're living with the bad results.
Houston is bracing for major travel events to the city and increased air traffic. March Madness is hosting 2 games, and these events could cause a wait time similar to what we've seen before. Whitmire says this is not the city's fault. Well, we had a beautiful weather yesterday, and I heard that it might get even warmer right now, but it was kind of muggy when I left the house.
Yes, but don't let that ruin, do not let the weather affect everything that's been going on, but it's almost perfect weather outside today, as the weather for today is going to be 76, but the wind is going to be high, so just keep in mind the wind is going to be really high tonight, but for tonight's conditions, it is going to start feeling a bit more colder tonight, and the wind is going to be even higher, so just keep that in mind. And for tomorrow's conditions, it is going to start feeling a bit more colder, so just keep that in mind. The wind is going to be extremely high, so if you have any plans, if you plan to go outside, just keep that in mind, that it is going to be extremely windy. So girls, put the hair up, lashes off, take the day off. It's a great time to go outside though if you want to have a nice cool day. That's all for me. Back to Anchor. Back to desk.
Up next, how a Houston community is coming together in trying times.
And why you might see some record-setting heat soon. Stay with us.
Welcome back to Late Night at North Texas. Late Night at North Texas. Late Night at North Texas.
Color the world with peace and joy.
Tell me, Diva, what's the tea?
My Nisha drag is dumb.
The spirits have guided you to me. I warned them that this was dangerous, but did they listen?
No!
I've been having these dreams.
Welcome in.
This is part of the process, Eric. I only want what is best for you.
You want me to go on and on with the program until there's nothing left of me.
We are one now. Our goals are the same.
No, they're not.
Recently, a community in Houston came together to honor the life of 8-year-old Nicholas Gray. Michelle Choi talked to the grieving family.
We knew that there needed to be a way for the community to say goodbye and to honor his name as well. And so we decided to have a bubble release in honor of him so that students, teachers, staff, and the community could attend.
Bubbles filling the sky, each one a symbol of love for 8-year-old Nicholas Gray. Why bubbles?
Bubbles represent lightheartedness and fun, and that's exactly who my son is. He's lighthearted, he's fun, he had a smile or has a smile that can light up the world.
His mother Kenzie grateful for what she calls overwhelming support.
I'm so very grateful and proud, so proud. Proud is an understatement of what I feel to be Nicholas Gray's mother.
Saturday morning, dozens gathering at a park in Manville. Friends, teachers, and family sharing hugs, prayers, and memories to honor a little boy whose life was cut too short.
I truly feel, yes, it was a short time, but Nicholas fulfilled his purpose.
His father also leaning on that support.
I just ask that anytime if you think of Nicholas, you think of positivity. He was a gift to us all. He was truly my angel.
Nicholas, a third grader at Pomona Elementary, a Cub Scout and one of 5 siblings, died February 10 after district officials say he choked on a grape during snack time at school. Despite efforts from school staff and emergency responders, the grape was lodged too far down and Nicholas did not survive. His family says he was laid to rest in Louisiana, where they're from. Today, his mother sharing this message with her little boy.
I want you to know that in your absence, we'll never forget about you. We'll live in your name and we'll honor your name every day.
In Manville, Michelle Choi, KHOU 11 News.
The Denton Police Department is investigating a hit-and-run crash. The crash injured a pedestrian on Audra Lane near North Loop 288. When officers arrived, medics were assisting a man lying on the ground with leg injuries. According to the report, there was a vehicle debris on the ground. A witness said they did not see the crash, but heard screaming and went to investigate. The police investigation is still ongoing.
Varun, I kind of liked the weather this morning while I was heading to the studio.
Me too, because it was a little cooler than what Sherelle said to expect for the rest of our day. Let's check in with her to see what we can expect around the region and throughout the week. Sherelle?
Yes, the weather has been feeling great actually. Well, kinda here in North Texas. As you can tell here in Denton and around the Dallas area, we are starting to feel the 70s. But if you go a bit more higher up here, it is gonna start feeling a bit more hot. But across Texas, we are gonna start feeling crazy weather, but it's not that bad. You know, if you wanna go down to Austin, it's gonna be 78, Houston 78. Still perfect time to go to the beach in my opinion. But throughout here the week in Denton, it's gonna start feeling, guess what? Really nice outside across here in Denton. The temperature here in Denton is gonna start feeling really nice. Okay, and yeah, so the temperature here in Denton is gonna start feeling amazing. We're gonna be around 80s, 70s, and we're gonna have no rain this week, so that's amazing here in Denton, and that's all for me. Back to desk.
Thanks, Sherelle. Record-breaking temperatures could fall this week. Many forecasters are anticipating that most of the continental U.S. will be hotter than usual, saying that certain areas could be anywhere from 20 to 40 degrees above normal. Communities around the West Coast are facing lower water supplies, which puts them at risk for wildfires.
DART CEO Nadine Lee announced on Tuesday night that she will resign at the end of her contract. DART said the search for her replacement CEO will begin immediately, with details on the interim CEO expected to come weeks in advance. Ms. Lee's departure lands at a critical time for DART. DART is currently going through financial and political pressure at the moment. Much of the last 18 months were spent fighting threats to the DART's funding and structure. In February, DART approved an interlocal agreement compromise, the aim of which was to ease city concerns over funding and governance. The 2026 FIFA World Cup is predicted to put more pressure on DART coming up this summer. Coming up, why you might want to pay more attention to how you view aging.
And a local Denton vendor has an emotional story about his love for food and his battle with cancer.
Good evening, my name is Amanda Hasbell and I'm joining you here today in the Union Parking Garage. Today we're going to be going over how to drive safely in the parking garage. Let's go see. Oh my god, this girl just got hit by a car. Let's go see what happened. Ma'am, are you okay? Did you see that lady hit me with a car? Yeah, we did. I got it all on video. Oh my god. Let's go over here and talk about how we can prevent that. Yeah, not the hospital. Well, right now we're going to ask you a couple questions on how we can drive safely in the parking lot. What are ways that we can be aware of our surroundings? Oh, we can look both ways. Jenna, also, how about putting the distractions away?
Yes, just like our phones, turning our music down, and also not focusing on our passengers.
Where can you get information on how to get a parking pass?
Transportation.unt.edu.
If you park in a garage, make sure you pay on the app or look for further instructions on how you should pay.
And remember, no pass, no park. Let's all try to keep our mean green community safe.
Remember, we're all in this together.
Drive safe.
A 911 call to Denton PD said a man pulled a gun out for unknown reasons. While driving west in the left lane on University near Pot Pies, a vehicle cut in front of the victim's vehicle. He said the driver started making obscene and animated gestures in his direction. The driver then moved into the middle lane while showing a firearm and yelling threats. This prompted the caller to contact 911 while taking a left turn towards Winco Foods. The driver took a right turn towards Ross Department Store, leaving the caller's sight. The caller provided a general description of the vehicle, driver, and firearm. Officers are still investigating the situation.
Are you glad that you had to work at the station today, Marjay?
Yeah, I like my coworkers, and I feel pretty chill about coming in.
Well, that's a relaxed attitude to have. And our segment anchor, Annie Tolman, has some interesting information about how your attitude affects your aging. Annie?
That's right, you two. A new study is now suggesting that having a positive outlook about aging actually keeps people healthier. The study followed over 11,000 seniors for more than a decade, testing their memory, math skills, and their walking speed. The results revealed that participants with a positive outlook actually improved in the areas that had been monitored more than the others. The research will be out this month in the journal titled Geriatrics. Now, in other news, today is Purple Day, and it's a time to raise awareness for epilepsy. Over 1 million women of childbearing age in the United States are living with this neurological condition, and experts report that they face hidden health risks because of it. It's a disorder that the brain can cause unprovoked and unpredictable seizures.
Patients with epilepsy will say that that's one of the worst things about their epilepsy. They never know when it's going to come.
Dr. Danielle Becker with the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center says that epilepsy takes an extra toll on young women throughout their lives. Puberty, menstruation, pregnancy, post-pregnancy, and menopause can all lead to different hormone fluctuations that can impact the severity of seizures. Though there are treatments to help epilepsy and medications taken for it could put bone health at risk, lead to birth control failure, and complications with pregnancy. Dr. Becker Also says that there are guidelines put out by major epilepsy health organizations that can help with treatment and are there to remind providers to talk to their patients about the risk of anti-seizure medication could have on birth control and pregnancy. I'm Amy Tomlin.
Dentonite is making an impact on the community despite serious health challenges of his own. I went to the food truck to hear his story. As the sun sets on Sunset Street, there's a crowd gathering all for one thing: barbecue.
I made some ribs for my mom one day, and the ribs was falling off the bone, and she was smacking on ribs. She was like, "Boy, you need to start selling this barbecue."
But what makes the wheels on this truck go round? A special owner with a unique story.
He has helped us out tremendously. He does a lot for the community. If the homeless are hungry, he makes sure they get a plate or something to eat every day.
My mom's always say she would never turn anybody away from food, so that just kind of stuck with me.
And he doesn't do it all alone.
And she is like the heart and soul of this place. I would not be able to run it the way that it's ran without her.
But he's trekked through the valleys to get here.
I started getting sick when I was 17. But I was so scared, man, like I didn't know what was wrong with me. So, man, I actually hid it from the world. So by the time I turned 23, I was almost dead.
The journey began, but with many roadblocks.
My body responded to the chemo like perfectly and everything, and then all of a sudden my body just stopped responding to it.
Again.
Because you're gonna need a bone marrow transplant.
And again.
They ended up calling me in, they told me that it didn't work, man. I was like, man, I'm just gonna put it in the hands of the Lord. I ain't coming back to the doctor. I'm tired of hearing all this bad news. I grew my hair, gained 90 pounds. I had a scare, so I went to the doctor. But when I went in there, they was like, oh my God, like you look really good. Like, so I was like, is it in remission? They was like, no, it's gone. It's like if it was never even there. I just turned 45. I did not even expect to live this long. You know what I mean? Now I got a popular food truck and everybody loves my food, and I can honestly say I'm living my dream. Mama say y'all better come eat. How you doing, ma'am?
With NTTV, I'm Marjay Moore.
Tickets are now available for an evening of Friends and Fables, a fantasy-themed costume bell benefiting the Friends of the Denton Public Library. The event was inspired by popular books such as A Court of Thorns and Roses and Fourth Wing. The purpose of the Friends of a Public Library is to raise money for the library. The event will be held at Rubber Gloves Rehearsal Studio on April 26th from 2 to 5 p.m. Tickets are available online. Have you been keeping up a bracket for March Madness?
No, my bracket was wrecked during the first few games.
Well, that sounds like a common theme, but there's more March Madness news. Our sports anchor, Jeremiah Patterson, has the news. Jeremiah?
Coming up, March Madness continues with the Sweet 16 tipping off tonight. The Boston Celtics snapped the Thunder's 12-game win streak, and Nikola Jokic delivers yet another historic performance. Stay with us.
Welcome back to Late Night at North Texas. Late Night at North Texas. Late Night at North Texas.
Color the world with peace and joy.
Tell me, Diva, what's the tea?
My Nisha drag is dumb.
The spirits have guided you to me.
It's a jibber jabber. Yes, jibber jabber.
Jibber Jabber is a man-on-the-street NTTV show for Instagram that's in its 7th season. With 2 hosts, 1 comfy chair, and a Would You Do Something bowl.
Pretty much the gist of our show is that we're going to be inviting UNT students, all of our lovely family over, and we're going to be talking to them. And when we run out of things to say, we're going to ask them,
would you do something?
I think we're ready to do something.
Fortnite son or Minecraft daughter?
Good evening, my name is Amanda Hasbell, and I'm joining you here today in the Union parking garage. Today we're going to be going over how to drive safely in the parking garage. Let's go see. Oh my God, this girl just got hit by a car. Let's go see what happened. Ma'am, are you okay? Are you okay?
Did you see that lady hit me with a car?
Yeah, we did. I got it all on video.
Oh my God.
Let's go over here and talk about how we can prevent that.
Yeah, not the hospital.
Well, right now we're going to ask you a couple questions on how we can drive safely in the parking lot. What are ways that we can be aware of our surroundings?
Oh, we can look both ways.
Jenna, also, how about putting the distractions away?
Yes, just like our phones, turning our music down, and also not focusing on our passengers.
Where can you get information on how to get a parking pass?
Transportation.unt.edu.
If you park in a garage, make sure you pay on the app or look for further instructions on how you should pay.
And remember, no pass, no park. Let's all try to keep our mean green community safe.
Remember, we're all in this together.
Drive safe.
March Madness continues tonight with the Sweet 16, where the tournament has been shrunk to just 16 teams, all fighting for a spot in the Elite Eight. In one matchup, number 2 Purdue faces a rising Texas team that made a deep run after starting in the first 4. Meanwhile, number 1 Arizona takes on Arkansas in a battle between two high-powered offenses. And in the Midwest, Michigan battles Alabama while Iowa State faces Tennessee with a chance to advance on the line. In the South region, Nebraska meets Iowa in the Big Ten showdown while Houston goes head-to-head with Illinois in one of the most physical matchups of the round. On the other side of the bracket, number 1 Duke faces St. John's while UConn takes on Michigan State in a clash of tournament-tested programs. At this stage of the tournament, it's simple. Win in advance and lose and go home. By the end of the weekend, only 8 teams will remain, and the road to the Final Four will be one step closer. The Boston Celtics snapped the Oklahoma City Thunder's 12-game winning streak with a 119-109 win at home yesterday. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown led the way for Boston as the Celtics made a statement against the hottest team in the league. For Oklahoma City, the loss marks their first in nearly 2 weeks, despite another strong stretch of play from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. With the playoffs approaching, the win gives Boston momentum, while the Thunder look to quickly bounce back after their streak comes to the end. The Denver Nuggets picked up a 142-135 win over the Dallas Mavericks in one of the highest scoring games of the night. Nikola Jokic dropped his 30th triple-double of the season, solidifying himself as one of the most dominant players in the league. He was joined by Jamal Murray, who delivered another historic performance of his own, posting 53 points, helping Denver pull out the win. As the playoffs approach, the Nuggets continue to show why they remain one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA. Back to you, Desk.
Thanks, Jeremiah. And another happy ending. A Philadelphia family had 2 dogs stolen from their backyard back in 2015.
One of the dogs was found, but the other dog, named 40 Cal, never came home. 40's family searched for days, which turned into weeks and years. The family relocated to Pennsylvania, but they never forgot him. They made sure to keep 40's lost pet report active, and his microchip information was up to date. On Saturday night, a senior stray got picked up in Philadelphia. The shelter scanned his microchip, and because the information was current, they were able to finally contact the family with the happy news.
Aw, that dog is just so cute, but I have to say, I love the name 40 Cal.
I know, he kind of reminds me of my own spoiled brat, Tobias.
I didn't know you had a dog.
I do. Do you have a dog?
I did have a dog. His name was Oliver, loved him very much, but right now he lives with my brother.
I'm sorry to hear that. Well, you know, a dog is a man's best friend, so you might want to get another one.
Not in this economy.
Fair
Thanks
enough.
for watching NTTV News at Noon.
Join us again tonight at 6 here at North Texas Television.